Hey, yo.
Once upon a time was a mighty fine story no one ever seemed to tell. So we learned to place our hopes on a penny and wish it well. But I heard lots of stories, rhythms and rhymes, and I took from them all that I could. And nothing ever happens when you're nothing but no good. Telephone, telephone, ring like a brass bell. Could it be someone for me? Did you read the letter that I wrote on your bathroom wall? Well, I don't need a good time, lover or a friend. I'm just looking to be understood. Nothing ever happens when you're nothing but no good. What good are you? What good are you? I've seen it in faces, written in places, hard for me to understand. I got a lot of love, but I got a lot of grit and sand. But I never did much mind walking on a fine line, doing what I think I should. And nothing ever happens when you're nothing but no good. What good are you? What good are you? Finally met a boy, told me that he loved me, said he knew it from the start. He promised to be careful with my little paper heart. Once he knew I loved him, then he started running, chasing all those rainbow girls. Nothing ever happens when you're nothing but no good. Nothing ever happens when you're nothing but no good. Nothing ever happens when you're nothing but no good.
What's up, everyone? Change screens here quick and see who's watching. If you're watching, say hey. Let me know where you're watching from. This should be going out on what? Facebook, YouTube, Periscope, Twitter. Yeah, that was a song by my friends Naomi and Rob in the band Moody Little Sister. And I'm just going to put up something real quick here where you can see they're doing a Kickstarter right now to raise money for their new album, which, you know, putting out music is not as financially rewarding in the immediate sense as it once was. So it takes a lot to record an album and promote it and all that stuff. So anyways, they're doing the whole Kickstarter thing, and the link is on the bottom there. You can see it there. I'm going to do a song of mine. So that's the song of theirs called Nothing But No Good, which does that awesome country music kind of thing where you have assonance and plays on words. I don't know if it's technically a play on words, but you know what I mean. Kind of folksy wisdom that's also poetic. So I have a song that has a phrase like that, I think, in the chorus. I'm going to do it now.
Some people burn at both ends of the candle. They wake up when the sun is going down, living just to see if they could handle whatever waits for them beyond that final round. But the brighter that they burn, the quicker they will learn. The flicker that's reflected in the dark is growing in the eyes of the wolves who have arrived. Placed there in the shadows of their hurt, hardened hearts. Well, I dream sometimes I'm flying in an airplane, same speed that this dizzy earth spins round. Westwards where the sun is never setting, but almost always on the brink of going down. Well, the dream I guess assumes the planes just run on fumes and never crash or land to come apart. Where the light is facing me, so whatever's chasing me is just back there in the shadows of their hurt, hardened hearts. Well, it's not you I'm running from, it's all those things that I'm afraid that I've become. And it's not you I'm running from, but some knots seem tied too tight to come undone. Oh.
Hey, what's up, Stuart? You're waiting for some chap to deliver hay bales, so you might actually get a chance to listen today. That's awesome. I forget what the hay bales are for. Do you live on a piece of property that requires hay bales?
Grandpa met this girl when he was 13, and Grandma met that boy when she was 12. And back before he even knew the first thing of how heaven always presupposes hell. But they say the key to 60 years of joy and pain, love and tears, is knowing that a person never starts forgiving someone else until they forgive themselves. Step out of the shadows of their hurt, hardened hearts.
Tune up my guitar real quick, and what's gonna do? So let's see here. I had a kind of strange, very strange end to last week and this week, and involving taking my daughter to a doctor and getting she's fine. She's it's nothing like super serious, but just getting some news that at first I found very troubling and had a hard time processing. And I realized how much. So this might sound like a tangent for a second, but like we live in this capitalist consumer society where you expect that what you get is what you put in, that there's some sort of like utility value to your efforts, and like everything's measured in labor and costs and whatever, and like, and somehow you expect that like if you just do certain things, like your kid's life will be perfect and they'll whatever, like you can manufacture this environment in which they thrive and have no challenges and whatever. And I don't believe that at all. I don't have, that doesn't make any sense to me. Internally, as a member of this society my entire life, I have definitely adopted that deep down. And so I had a hard time swallowing the idea that my daughter will have challenges in her life. And thankfully for both my daughter and for me, my wife has a very, I think her whole life has just bucked tradition in many ways and never bought into a lot of that bullshit. And so for a long time now, and particularly over the last few days, she's had this attitude of like, no, the challenges are going to be the thing that make her who she is, and that, you're not going to manufacture character by everything being easy and perfect. Anyways, that was a very saving attitude for her to share with me, and for me to try my best to adopt. And it's helped me over the past few days come to terms with some things. So thanks to my wife for being unusually wise. Let me tune my guitar up here. But anyways, all that to say, it reminded me of a song that's not about parenting, but it is about how the inevitability of challenges and the the pain and all that stuff is what ends up shaping life to the point that it's worth living. So there's this amazing song by Jason Isbell, which I want to play, which shut this off here. So I don't know if you know this song. It's called If We Were Vampires. It's a newer song of his from his most recent record. Jason Isbell and the 400 Unit put out a couple years ago. It's an amazing record. It was my favorite album of the year. You should check it out. And definitely go to Lyrics in the Limelight, which is my Spotify playlist where I put a bunch of songs that I love. The link is down on the thing there, on the image. But it's a beautiful love song because it gets its value from looking right in the face of mortality and losing one another, and that's the thing that makes love worth going through and life worth living. So I've actually never played it before, really. I mean, I kind of learned it or relearned it this morning. I'll give it a go. Oh, thanks, Stuart. Yeah, she's amazing.
It's not the long flowing dress that you're in, how the light's coming off your skin. Your fragile heart protected for so long, all the mercy in your sense of right and wrong. out your hands, searching slow in the dark, or your nails leaving love's watermark, or the way you talk me off the roof. Your questions like directions to the truth. It's knowing that this can't go on forever. Likely one of us will have to spend some days alone. Maybe we'll get 40 years together. But one day you'll be gone, and one day I'll be gone. If we were vampires and death was a joke, we'd go out on the sidewalk and smoke, laugh at all the lovers and their plans. I wouldn't feel the need to hold your hand. Or maybe time running out is a gift. I'll work hard till the end of my shift, give you every second I could find. Pray it isn't me who's left behind. It's knowing that this can't go on forever. Likely one of us will have to spend some days alone. Maybe we'll get 40 years together. One day I'll be gone, one day you'll be gone. Can't go on forever. Likely one of us will have to spend some days alone. Maybe we'll get 40 years together. One day you'll be gone, one day I'll be gone. Forever.
All right. So let's see here. Get rid of that. What am I going to do now? I'll do one of mine. This guitar doesn't stay very well in tune right now. I need to change the strings. So this is a song called There's a Bird, which is a newer song. And the reason I was so late getting on here today is because I was on the phone with my friend Anders, who is helping me make a record long distance. He's in Oregon and I'm in Maine, and making a record long distance is cool because it's fairly hands-off, but it requires a lot of emails and phone calls and stuff to get like progress reports. So we talked about that for a while, which is exciting. They're coming along. He's going to do a bunch of final drum takes over the next week, and then we can make some progress with some overdubs, and hopefully it'll be out by early next year. I don't know. It's tough to say. I'm about to put out a record that I started recording 10 years ago, so. Record releases are definitely not linear. All right, so this is one of the songs that will be on that record that Anders is helping me make. It's called There's a Bird, and it's about, partially, references the cormorants in China who are forced to go fly and swim and dive and catch some fish for the fishermen that they cannot swallow because the fishermen have tied ropes around their throats, and in order to finally eat, they have to go and deliver the fish unto the fishermen, be rewarded with a little treat, and put back to work.
There's a bird who fishes with a rope tied around its little bird throat. Catches everything it can, brings it to the man standing on his little wooden boat. By habit, I'm still waking up at 4, 'cause that's when I got used to Linda coming through the door. I heat up something from the fridge, talk about the bills and kids, trade the keys, and then I'd drive out to the shore. Well, Danny said a real man provides, that the pressure and the purpose is his biggest point of pride. But the people we work for are paying less, giving more, so I can't afford a funeral for my bride. But there's a bird who fishes with a rope tied around its little bird throat, catches everything it can and brings it to the man standing on his little wooden boat. Some people work their fingers to the bone, other people share an office and feel equally alone. Some roll $20 bills to buy a sandwich bag of pills, leaves them empty as the summer people's homes. Woo! best of days. I can sleep till 5. Throw an Eggo in the toaster, eat it while I drive. I hope my daughters, they can make their own breakfast by 8. They're waiting for a school bus to arrive. There's a bird who fishes with a rope tied around its little bird throat. And the granting of that wish, just to have one little fish, dangles like an unresolved note. There's a bird who fishes with a rope tied around its little bird throat. Then I guess that you could say it was captive to the waves. It preferred a little certainty to hope.
All right. Who's out there? Who's watching? Say hey. Let me switch this thing here. What was I going to do now? Oh, I'm going to read a poem. Super quick. A tiny, tiny, tiny little poem. This is a poem by Kay Ryan, who writes these really super short, almost Emily Dickinson-like compressed things that have internal rhyme and a lot of humor and often wisdom. So I will read that real quick. It's called Album. Death has a life of its own. See how its album has grown in a year, and how the sharp blot of it has softened till those could almost be shadows behind the cherry blossoms in this shot. In fact, you couldn't prove they're not. Botched the rhythm on that a little bit. So that poem has cherry blossoms in it. So I'm gonna sing a song that has a character named Cherry. Short poem followed by a long song. I was a boy back in the spiral graph of Ohio. My pa came home covered in cold sweat and jet black soot. Work, it was hard, but it paid, though those days have gone by. Today you pray you don't get caught in the same place you cook. Most nights I lie awake, cursing this country I come from. But when Jane says she loves it, I claim to know just what she means. Your life's like the line that our dirty old linens get hung from, to dry when you ain't got the time to scrub all of them clean.
gets bruised. Black and cold country blues. If the ghost of this culture's unseemly, it's mostly unseen by those folks on the coast who get hooked on American dreams. Jerry, it's very impressive you made it to Boston. While I'm stretched by the lack of that factory work, tired as a drum. Now you're making the money most people get easily lost in. Jerry, it's plain as the day you forgot where you're from. Sing a verse or two of these Rust Belt blues. The ones you escape get replaced like an old pair of jeans. Now you're one of them, been hooked by American dreams. This man up in Maine asked for help making bedspreads and sweaters. Poor French-Canadian laborers answered the call. Now all that remains are the ways they thought life would get better. There's a school in his name that great grandkids could never afford. So now it's pills and booze for these milltown blues that flow like the river that powered his cotton machine. Guess to get rich, you just let someone else stitch American dreams. This white cable news guy tried grilling these three black professors on why rioters might vandalize their own poor neighborhoods. But if he had been held more than 400 years under pressure, I bet he'd fucking wanna be heard first if not understood. So how should we get through? It feels like deja vu. Should we sit? Should we kneel? Should we shout? Should we jump? Should we scream? To get through to you made blind by American dreams. Yeah, how do we undo what we're beholden to in this history of winners where losers get lost in between? All those cracks in the bell where they rang the American dream. Yeah, you're either by heaven or hell when they sell those American dreams.
Okay. I'm going to do something called a 60-second song story, where I see if I can tell you what's behind one of my songs in under a minute. Let's see what I can squeeze in here. Let me just get rid of my guitar. Okay. Oh, I got to restart the clock. There we go. So, it's a song called "Culture Jammer" from my album. What the hell's that album called? The Drunken Dance of Modern Man in Love. Man, I can't believe I forgot one of my own album's names, but it did come out like 11 years ago. So, that's okay. All right. So here's the story behind this song. Ready? Let's start the clock. I have never understood people who create art or songs or whatever that are meant to disintegrate and not be seen. So there's like that sculpturist that did Rivers and Tides. Well, maybe he's a bad example because he at least documented it. But there's like graffiti taggers, that go deep under New York City and will tag all the subway tunnels and the abandoned subway tunnels, the old stuff. No one will ever see it. Or this guy, Adam, I used to know, who had this idea that all music should be collaborative and what's the word? Spontaneous, improvised. Because if you had a composer or someone who had written something, then that was like a form of creative fascism and like control and separation between the artist and the audience. So I was obsessed with that. It sounded like a very healthy thing, but I did not heed their advice. I ended up writing a song about it called "Culture Jammer," which is on an album which I hope will last forever. All right. So that being said, I'm not going to play Culture Jammer now because I haven't played it in a really long time, and I don't have a bunch of trumpets here. What should I play in that case? I'll probably do one more here, and then get back to work. My wife just texted me and said she forgot her lunch at work. Sandra, I taught you to look both ways when you cross. Sandra, I taught you to stay in one place if you're lost. But Sandra, you know that it's hard to prepare a child for a danger some say isn't there. 'Cause the wave will keep rolling long after the ship has been tossed. Sandra, please, you've got to keep both hands on the dash. And Sandra, please answer politely each question you're asked. Don't you go trying, invoking your rights. They're the very same things that will threaten your life. Burning bright as that cigarette, turning to smoke and ash. Baby, each morning when you went to class, you knew when you raised up your hand, pledged your allegiance in life to the red, white, and blue, that the craziest thing from your first day to last, you most have to understand.
That flag has never once pledged its allegiance to you. Just the same colors you can see flashing now in your rear view. White mothers, I know that you've known your own tragedies. White mothers, please for a moment imagine you may. It's not faith, it's justice that needs to be applied. If blackness puts black kids at risk for their lives, white mothers, imagine it's your daughter on the TV. Would you teach all your babies when they go to class to know when they raise up their hands, pledge their allegiance in life to the red, white, and blue, that the craziest thing from their first day to last, the most have to understand is that flag is yet to once pledge its allegiance, it's true, to a black girl who saw those same colors flash in her rear view.
All right, thanks everybody. I'm gonna get out of here and head back to work. Thank you for watching, if you're watching, and see you on Thursday at hopefully 1 p.m. Peace.